Hey guys, what's up? The Minecraft Potato here, back with another episode of Pokemon Y Wi-Fi Battle. And today I'm facing another person whose name is like mine, except mine's spelled cooler. But yeah. So today we're gonna have this battle, and if you don't know who he is, he's just someone I met on Skype, and we talked a little, and we decided to have a battle. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this battle. So as you can see, he had a pretty interesting team, but we're just gonna get straight into this battle. So there he is, he's issuing a challenge. So he leads off with his Heracross, and that was actually a good thing for me because boom, complete matchup there. And if he just withdraws right away, and he sends out his shiny Politoed. And of course I just go straight for a Heat Wave, but he avoided it, and then I just go for a Fly. So I would avoid his next attack, and I'd also get some good damage on him. He uses Psychic for some reason, when he could have just obviously used a Water-type move. But I used Fly, did a decent amount of damage, and he goes for a Psychic, and it actually did lots of damage, because he got a critical. And I go for a Shadow Claw, trying to lower his special defense, but it didn't, and he goes straight for a Hydro Pump. And it killed my Charizard. So there goes out my Charizard. So then I send out my Abomasnow, and of course I get the snow warning, so it starts to hail. And yeah, so then he withdraws his Politoed, and he sends out his Crocorock. I don't know why, but I go for a Grass Knot, and since he's a large Pokemon, it does a lot of damage. And he gets buffered in the hail. So, yeah, and then he withdraws his Crocorock again. And he sends out this Japanese Charizard. And I go for another Grass Knot, but of course it's not going to do anything. And, well, I did the Grass Knot trying to get the Crocorock, but he sent out his Charizard. And he goes for an Overheat, and I avoid it. And then I used Sheer Cold, and it actually hit. I didn't think it was gonna hit, but it did. Sheer Cold hit him, and Charizard went out. Like, and I was like, what? He goes back to Heracross, and he goes for an Aerial Ace, which is gonna do lots of damage. And it did okay. I go for a Wood Hammer, and it didn't actually do as much as I thought it was, but I got lots of recoil, which wasn't good. And he was buffered in the hail, because it's still going. And then he goes for another Aerial Ace. And takes out my Abomasnow. And he didn't do that, but he didn't do that bad, but he did okay. And the hail stopped, so no more extra damage, I guess. So I sent out Sly Cooper, hoping I could be able to one-shot this guy, and I just go for a Dragon Pulse. Yeah, so that hits him. And he goes for a close combat, and I'm just like, uh-oh, well, there goes Sly. So there he goes. There goes Sly Cooper. And he lowers his defense, which is good, and his special defense. So I should be able to take him out the next turn. So then I sent out my Raichu. And then he withdraws his Heracross. And I was like, oh, well, that was bad. Then he sends out his Sceptile. And I go for a Thunder Wave to paralyze him, because that speed is going to be really bad. So I paralyze him, so I'll be able to outspeed him, and I go for a Strength, because that's the only good move that I can actually do. And he goes for a Power-Up Punch, which I was not really expecting. I was expecting like Leaf Storm or something. But so he rises his attack, so I go for a Rock Smash, and that didn't do as much as I thought. I was actually, at this point, I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Because I didn't really have any Pokemon at this point that could take out Sceptile. So I just go for another Rock Smash, hoping that would get a critical, and he goes for a Leaf Storm, which I was kind of expecting, and it almost killed me. And his special attack was lowered, so he can't go for another one. Or he probably would have one-shot me anyway, but still. But I go for another Strength and actually kill him. And I was really surprised, and I was like, well, there you go. Then he sends out his Noivern, and I was just like, uh-oh. And he goes straight for a Boom Burst, which takes out Raichu, of course, because Boom Burst is OP. So there goes Raichu, and I knew exactly who to send out next. I sent out my Granbull, my shiny Granbull, And there you go. And if you're wondering why I didn't make a video about this shiny, is because I got it from a friend, so it doesn't really count as a shiny. And he goes for Hurricane, which does a lot of damage, and I go for a Dazzling Gleam, hoping it would kill it, but it didn't even bring him into the yellow. He goes for another Hurricane, and I'm just like, okay, this is not right. And of course my Granbull fainted. And that was my first battle with Granbull, so I didn't really like him. And this is my last Pokemon, and this is where things get interesting. I go straight for an Ice Beam, takes out his Noivern. And there we go. Now he has 3 Pokemon left, I think. Then he sends out his Heracross, which looks like this is gonna be bad because he's fighting and I'm dark. But then I go for a Hydro Pump. Boom! There goes his Heracross. All right. Then he sends out his shiny Politoed. And Night Slash. Boom! There goes his Politoed, and I got a critical. And there goes his Politoed. Then he sends out his Krokorok. I go for an Ice Beam. And boom. There goes his Krokorok. So, yeah, my Greninja basically just swiped the 4 of his Pokemon, which I was pretty, whoa. Because, okay, so I was able to take out his Sceptile and his Charizard with my Lucario, Granbull, Raichu, Abomasnow, and Charizard. And then when I sent out my Greninja, I was able to take out his Krokorok, his Noivern, sorry, Politoed, and Heracross. So, yeah, that just proves how OP Greninja is. Everybody keeps saying that he's terrible because of his defense. If you give him some leftovers like I do, you're gonna have a swell time. You're gonna have a swell old time. So, yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Minecraft Potato P, and I'll see you guys later. And also, I'll put up my friend code in the description if you want to battle me. And, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.